We finna talk that talk. I'ma start it off, man. Just imagine if what if Tupac was still here? Like how would life be? How the industry would be? Um, I definitely think that Pac he would have definitely had a movement to better what's going on in our community. He would have figured out social
Facts.
media to get his point out to spark the generational brain. He said him himself.
Absolutely.
He's not going to change the world, but can spark someone's brain of his knowledge. He probably would have had his own platform for people to join, especially how police brutality got way worse after he died, which Pac
Yeah.
experienced that. So with this social media, with Instagram, Twitter, I'm pretty sure Pac would have figured it out and found a way. So I know he would have had been using his voice and ideas to fight against police brutality. Tupac, he
Definitely.
frequently emphasized the need for artists to own their work and for black people to own their businesses to avoid being controlled by or indebted to the corporate system. He was for giving back
Yes,
to the
sir.
community. He would have been the first to have a sports team for the youth. How I know? Because he talked about it before out of his own mouth. And before the industry even started it, Pop was talking like that. And this was like around what, 23, 24. So Pop, he definitely would have had his own youth team. He would have had his own book, which he also talked about. He definitely
Yep.
would have had his soul food restaurant, which was called Power Mecca Cafe, which his estates only had it up temporary. Now I don't know what Tom Wally got going on who runs his estate, but ain't no way Pop Restaurant and Museum should not be temporary and should still be open as we speak. It should have been permanent. And
Yep.
Pop would have had his own liquid brand, which I think it would have been called Thug Passion. His
Yeah.
own
That's
clothing
right.
line, way better than the Machiavelli clothing line, who Afeni launched in 2003, 7 years after his death. And the reason I said it would have been better because it would have been Tupac's actual input in if he was still here. His
Right.
style, his creation, his lingo all above.
Right.
It would have been
Yep.
very unique if he was here to create his line with his ideas. Of course, Tupac would have had like a youth center, like a Boys and Girls Club. He already was working on a record label, was in the process of establishing his own film and production company name. I don't know if I'm saying it, how you pronounce it, bro. Euthanasia.
Euthanasia.
Yeah, yeah,
Euthanasia. Yep.
correct. And he intended to produce his own films, including the playing black westerns, support black directors, and move away from music to do more
Yep.
films.
Yep.
Um, in my opinion, I really do think Tupac would have had kids. He even stated to his mama Feeney, he said, I love Kadada. She's gonna be my wife. She's having my
That's right.
children. Kadada was
Yep.
the last female he spent his last days with.
Yeah.
Um, and I
That's
said
true.
this plenty of times, Pac definitely would have had been the first billionaire, not Dr. Dre, which was a lie, and not
Right.
Kanye, and definitely not Jay-Z. It would have been Pop first, then Kanye and Jay-Z and so on. But I feel like Pop would have been first,
Yep.
especially coming from that cloth, that industry to rap. He would have been the first rapper, artist, actor to be the first billionaire. I think he would have invested in his own NBA team, like the Warriors,
Mm.
because of Oakland, or even a team
Okay.
in California, like the Clippers, or even the
Yeah.
Sacramento Kings. Um,
Right. Right.
Pop will always show up to games, so I can see him on the
Okay.
flow seats and just doing it, just doing his thing. But I'm pretty sure if he was still here,
Yeah.
he would have had his own basketball team. Pop would have had his
All right.
hands in a lot of things.
That's
And
true. That's very true.
going deeper into him, like the people he was into, the people he had issues with. I'm gonna start with Snoop. I really think I think him and Snoop would eventually squash what they had before he passed, but to a certain degree, And why I say that because Pac wasn't with the fake phony ish. Pac would have had
Right.
to express to Snoop why he felt that way towards him, as far as being upfront.
Yeah.
Because if Snoop
Yeah.
actually had a problem with hit him up, why he didn't tell Pac? Actually,
Exactly.
he was
Exactly.
dancing to it at the House of Blues when Pac performed it.
He
See,
sure was.
that's fake, and that's why
Yeah.
Pac had an issue with Snoop. Because if Snoop would have told Pac, look, bro, I just got out of the murder case. I'm not with this and Biggie. Pac would have understood that. But
Right.
Snoop wasn't bumming like that. He made a diss about Biggie. Snoop was with
You
it
are.
as well.
Yeah.
Y'all
Yeah.
remember the Source Awards when Snoop was capping on stage saying, "This East Coast, y'all don't love us. We know where the
Yep.
F we at." He was with it.
Yep. Yep.
Then,
With
then
the
on
shit.
top of that, I don't know why people keep forgetting Biggie had Snoop trailer shot up. So
That's right.
all
Yeah.
that together, it was just so weird how Snoop just switched up. That's why Pac had a problem with Snoop. I feel like
Yep.
if they were able to discuss that, they would have been back cool because it was no bloodshed in that situation. And
Yeah.
maybe even Big. And why I say that, maybe Big as well to a certain degree as well too, because if Big
Yeah.
actually would have called Pac or visit him in
Right.
jail to discuss his side, it wouldn't gotten that big. Let
I
me
agree with
explain.
that.
Like Pac is like the type of person he will confront, link up with you to solve the situation, good or bad. That's how thorough
Right.
Pac was. But Big played the
Yep.
game. We all know Who Shot You wasn't written about Pac, but it was how they did it by releasing it on
Yep.
top of what just happened to Pac at Quad. On
Exactly.
top of that, Big was there the same time Pac got hit up at Quad. So y'all
Yep.
decided to drop that and then acting like Saints, like y'all don't know what's going on. They was acting like they didn't know what happened, but turn around and said Pac shot himself. So which one is it? Y'all don't know
Yep.
what happened, but y'all saying he shot himself. Like make it make sense. But as time went by, if Pac was still alive, that mean Big would never got killed. So eventually, they would have had to see each other again. They would have had to break bread and really politic about everything to move on. Then
Right. Right.
that would have
Right.
been an example to the music industry that they got back cool, so others can.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
discussion have to be right for both to squash it. And I could
Right.
see a lot of artists signing with Pac. Like if Pac was still here and he would have got his record label busting, I can see from Nip, I could see 50 Cent signing the Pac. I could see even Eminem signing the Pac. I could see Ja Rule. I could see Jeezy, Lil Boosie. I also can see Young
Mm.
Dolph. Them
Mm.
all artists
Mm.
that was in
Mm.
tune with Tupac. And I'll put some of his
Facts.
homies he was close with. I would put Spice One on there because him and Spice One was so
Yeah.
cool. I'm pretty sure Spice One
Facts.
would have signed with Tupac. I'm pretty sure
Definitely.
Richie Rich would have signed with Tupac.
Yep.
I'm even go ahead and say it. Kendrick Lamar would have signed with Tupac if he was here, and
Yep.
YG. Them so
Definitely.
out of all them
Definitely.
artists, they come from that tree. They come from
Yeah, they
that
do.
like
Yeah.
coming up off of Tupac. And
Right.
if Tupac was still here, man, he would have made magic. But I know I've been talking a lot. I'm gonna let my man Zach get in
Good.
and get his intake in. Go ahead, bro.
I appreciate it. That was good, man. Laid it out perfectly. So in Pac's last interview, his last extensive interview with Rob Marriott, he talked about a lot of things, but two things he talked about I don't think enough people highlight is that he mentioned every time Machiavelli went platinum, that money would go towards developing a community center in every ghetto in America. So he wanted to start a community center in every ghetto. And every time Machiavelli went platinum, that's where he wanted the money to go towards. He also discussed about eventually potentially running for political office in 2000 to really be in a position of power where he could do it bigger than a rap song or movie, really enact change. because he knew the platform he had, so he wanted to run potentially for political office in 2000. And also, Pac talked about the importance of us developing our own independent political party. Because, as he said, and this is a direct quote, he said, "We got the same problem. All of us, everybody disenfranchised in this society. We got the same problem. We built this nation, and we get none of the benefits." So, just think about if Pac had enough time to tap into his true purpose from the beginning, which was always bigger than rap. Which my first video with EJ, if y'all seen that, I set the tone with that when we talked about the Thug Life Code. And they go back before that with the New African Panthers, and they go back before that with his foundation of being a Black Panther Cub. So the future of Tupac, a lot of it would have definitely involved politics and a deeper immersion into community activism and work, because that's where his true heart was, and that's was always his purpose, even bigger than acting and rapping. And he would have definitely had his hand in a lot of things. Like you touched on, he would have had his own restaurant. He was going to do Machiavelli Records. He was going to run Euthanasia with Yasmin, Gaddafi's mom. There was also going to be community work tied into that as well. He was going to helping out with single mothers, and if I'm not mistaken, Tupac was going to have as part of Euthanasia like a daycare center for the babies, for the mothers who had to go to work in the day. They would have people that could watch them and take care of them for when the mothers or the parents are at work, so that they could. He wanted to set the tone with them as far as nourishing their mind and setting the tone with how they should be treated, especially as kids from the beginning. So that would have been a part of Euthanasia as well, along with the film. Another thing Pac would have definitely and was starting to, and he touched on it. He wanted to get deeper into acting. He wanted to actually wean off of doing as much music, which, if you understand how prolific he was in the studio, you can understand why for a brief time he would have probably took a break from music. Not only with that, but he would have weaned off of it because acting was actually his first love. He was acting first before he started rapping. So, and that go back to 1983 when he was in the Raising the Sun play, and he played Travis. And he said when he was on that stage for that play, that's where he got what they call the acting bug. That's where he caught the bug, and it never left him. So acting would have definitely became a big part of who he was. Every movie he did, and you go listen to his co-stars from Juice, from Poetic Justice, Above the Rim, Bullet, Grill Game Related, they all talk about how Tupac made an impression with his acting skills. And so he would have went to another level as an actor and shown his potential. He would have been winning Oscars. He would have been on the same playing level and maybe even better than Denzel, than Eddie Murphy, than all these other people that in entertainment that do other things, but they also act. He would have cemented himself among that class of people, or been even considered even better, because he had a training that started at the Baltimore School of the Arts, and that paid off. For all the movies he did, you could see the natural charisma and talent Tupac had, and everybody talks about that. There's never been a person that never not praised his acting. Even if certain people didn't like the movies overall, the consistency was his acting was always praised. So yeah, acting and the deeper immersion in the community work, activism, all that was going to be more in definitely in his future. He would have had groups, and he would have been more of an entrepreneur and teaching people about like EJ touched on, developing our own institutions so we're not controlled by the corporations.
No
He
facts.
yeah, and not only would he have had kids, and I know you agree with this, he would have been an incredible father. What we missed out on that. We missed out on what I see a comment, but I'm gonna respond to that in a minute. I think Pac would have been a great. He would have been a great father. He would have been a great husband. And as you know, with growth and maturity, everybody becomes better. So he already naturally had a love for kids, and Pac had a loving and nurturing side when it came to the women he dealt with in his life, with his mom, with his aunts, with girlfriends, etc. So with Kadada, he would have having the time to be able to grow and mature and really dedicate his time to that. He would have been a great father and a great husband. He after night, if he lived past nine, I'm gonna end it for now with this. If he lived past 96, and the game would have been different, his family, everything would have been different. Everything would be better, and he would have had his hand in a lot of things, and he would have continued to succeed in progress. And he would have even amazed and impressed more people with the full capabilities of what he was about and what he possessed. I'm gonna end it with that for now.
All right, man. We got a comment. His name, I've been called worse by better people. He stated
Yeah,
Tupac was overrated as a GOAT. He was dope for his time. Biggie is in the same boat. They probably is. They died too early to have a catalog worthy of GOAT status. Now let me respond to this. Hey, look, bro,
yeah, yeah,
you gotta understand. How can you say Tupac was overrated as a GOAT and he was only 25 when he passed? He was doing stuff at age 22, 23. He was doing things that your favorite rapper wasn't even doing to this day.
no,
So for you
exactly.
to say he was overrated, I think you need to do some more research on Pac, like really do some
Yeah,
research. I think you
yep,
just comment on here just to comment because you don't know what you're talking about. Because number one, Tupac been helping the community from the beginning. He
yeah,
been he been fighting, going against police brutality. Then he been through it at that age.
right.
So we can go talk about his music, his acting. I really think he would have surpassed Denzel Washington. He would have been up there with Samuel Jackson. He would have surpassed Will Smith, Jamie Foxx, and so on, Ice Cube, and so
Yeah,
on. And the reason I say
definitely.
that, yes, he was able to work with Samuel Jackson and Juice, but the reason
Right,
I say because all them that I named, they all started at the same time, 91, 92. And when
right,
you just stay on them years, don't look at the 25, 26, 24, 2018, and so on. Stay in them 90s. Who was popping in them in the 90s? Tupac. Will Smith wasn't the Will Smith y'all talking about. Jamie Foxx ain't the Jamie Foxx y'all talking about. Yes,
yeah,
Denzel had a couple of hits, but Tupac would have been up there too. And if you pay attention to his movies, he start changing his acting role and start doing different things. If you see it in Gridlock and Bullet and gang related, playing a police officer, playing a crack addict, that
yeah,
some that you will never see Tupac do. If he would have
exactly.
been still alive, he would have been going crazy on these movies. And then
You
let's
would
go
have.
back to just him being a person. Tupac was so real. He spoke how he felt. He confronted whoever, whether you was
Yeah,
big, fat, blood, cuz it doesn't matter. He was confronting you and he'll tell you how he feel. Who
right.
was bumming like that in their 20s? Who helped a black dude get beat up before he even knew they was two off duty police? What rapper you know doing that? If you would have, if Ice Cube, Lil Boosie, whoever, if they would have seen somebody getting beat up, you think they would have got out in the car and then on top of that shoot them? I don't think so. So
No.
I've been called worse by better people, bro. You got to do your research, and if you got something to say, Zach, to reply to that.
Yeah. I would say based off what you said, you don't fully understand that there's no way you could call Pac overrated, and you really, unless you haven't done the research to understand his significance, especially in the time he emerged and what he was doing, the type of individual he was, and the stories and everything he represented. So, because he also said Tupac was a hothead, it's all speculative. And you could, bro, you could say it's speculative in one sense, yeah, but in another sense, it's not because we're going on. Me and EJ, we're going off of things that are documented not only by Tupac but those close to him. You know, when I spoke about
Hold
how
on, bro.
now,
Hold on, bro.
go ahead, go ahead,
He's saying Jamie Foxx
go
wasn't
ahead, go
doing
ahead.
shit in the '90s, bro. Jamie Foxx, Will Smith, Ice Cube, Tupac, they all started 91, 92. Um,
Yeah,
Jamie
yeah,
Foxx did his first movie in 1992 called Toys. It's a comedy movie. What are you
right,
talking about, bro? And he started doing The Living Color in '91, which you stated, but he was doing stuff before that, and then he was doing he had did another movie. I'm gonna have to look it up. I forgot what it was, but bro, all of them started in the '90s, so that's why I brought Jamie Foxx up. And then
right,
'96, that's when
right,
he started the Jamie Foxx show. So he definitely
right.
had a name. So that's why I
He
brought it up
did.
because
He
him,
did have a name.
Will
Yeah,
Smith, Tupac,
yeah,
Ice
yeah,
Cube, etc. They all started in '91, '92.
yeah. They did. Yeah, that's true. I want to share this something Jamala talked about when because it's not about it ain't about us being speculative or this guy Josh Flame 4255, shout out to him. He said Pac wasn't no pushover. That's right, he wasn't a sweet kind of guy. Cause I've been called worse by brother. He said, yeah, Pac was sweet. Yeah, that's the problem. When you don't understand somebody, you just talk out the side of your neck. And it's not because it's not speculative. We
Nigga,
going
Jamie Foxx
yeah.
had his own nigga. Living Color was one of the biggest shows. They
Yeah,
had the whole
J,
Waynes. They had Jim Carrey, nigga.
yeah.
Tupac. All them niggas was on the Living Color. So what are you talking about?
Yeah, yeah. I've been called worse by brother people. Yeah, we seen Pac fight by himself. Go look at the interviews from people. Go. Anybody that you look at as credible that knew Tupac. Go with watch their interviews. Go look at the accounts when he was in Milwaukee. That was he didn't have nobody else by him when
And
he
then
confronted
before
the
before
GD.
be- before the Milwaukee incident, the nigga
Yeah,
was getting into fights in the digital underground.
exactly,
When Chuck D, all them public enemy, they all was on tour. Tupac rushed some dude for Chuck D. And this
exactly,
was digital
exactly.
underground days. G, go look it up, bro. It's interviews.
Yeah,
It's on White
exactly.
and Black, bro. This ain't no rumor. This ain't. Oh, I think I heard, nigga. It's there. All you gotta do is research it, bro. Tupac
Uh,
is
yeah,
just
yeah,
him. It ain't about he was the
exactly.
toughest nigga in the world, nigga. He was just him.
No,
G.
no. Even Pac said, see, that's the issue. Pac even said he never wanted to be a gangster, but he still was a man about but he never proclaimed to be the gangster. That's basically why he said. That's why he said I call myself a thug to separate myself from the gangsters because I'm not a gangster. And it's too many receipts, bro. You gotta go look it up.
The nigga got sued. Nigga Allen Hughes sued him because he whooped him and
He
his twin brother.
he
The
he
nigga, the
beat up
nigga got
Allen Hughes
sued.
by
The
himself.
nigga
Yeah, he
got
beat. That's
sued.
another one. He beat up Allen Hughes by himself. Nobody else helped him.
That's what I'm
He
saying.
did a.
Niggas just get on here and just be tweaking, bro. All you gotta do is research before you even say something. Just research it, bro. It's all in White and Black, bro. He got
Yeah,
sued. The nigga had to get a lawyer and everything. Allen Hughes
yeah.
sued him. They even did Tupac so bogus because he the one that green lighted Menace Society. If Tupac never existed, Menace Society never would have existed because they needed
Nope.
a rap star, and Tupac gave them the okay to green light that movie. But the reason he
Right.
wasn't on that movie because he wanted more dapping more into the character he was playing, the Muslim, and
Right.
they didn't want to do that. They didn't want to give him um reasons why was he a Muslim, why he was like that. So
He
that's why
said, well, yeah,
Tupac went on the movie.
right. Yeah, he said, was he gangster or was it all political? Go look up what Tupac said about he was a mixture. He was he was a mixture. He said he didn't consider himself. He was a mixture of militant and thug. You
And
go do the research.
this what a lot of niggas don't understand.
Go do the
This
research.
another thing. They be like, was he gangster? Nigga, he was a man at the end of the day. He was a thorough
Exactly.
man
He
at
didn't
the
have to
end of
be
the
a
day
gangster.
that did real shit. If you take
He
care of
didn't have to
your
be a
if you
gangster.
if let me tell you the
Yeah.
definition of a gangster. If you take care of your kids, that's gangster. If you taking care of
Exactly.
your family, that's gangster. It's easy to
Exactly.
pull a trigger. It's easy to give up. But
Exactly.
if you keep going and you
Right.
getting falsely accused, going to jail, you got robbed, and you still going, and you still going, nigga, that's gangster, nigga. So for
It
you to say
is.
was he gangster, it's deeper than that. But
It
I'm
is.
trying to tell you, the nigga Tupac was a man before anything. He was doing shit at the age of 20. I'm pretty sure in your 20s you wasn't moving like that. I'm pretty sure in your 20s
Nope.
you probably was a goofy. You probably wasn't even
Right.
doing half the shit
Yeah.
Tupac was doing. Nigga,
No.
Tupac is getting talked about. Nigga, the nigga died 30 something years ago. So how can like
At
we
25. Yeah.
look what we doing? We talking about a man that been dead for 30 years. So what that tell you? That tell you that nigga was working when he was out here. He was doing way more than somebody in their 50s. And you just said you in
Exactly.
your 40. He did way more than you, and you in your 40s, and you on the comments just talking crazy. He did way more than you. And the nigga died in
Exactly.
25. The nigga had a
Exactly.
film, had movies. The nigga had hella shit going on. So
He
it's
did. He did.
like what we talking about.
Exactly. Like Jamala told the story about when on the Art of Dialogue when she said,
If he had that respect, why he get blasted down in New York, nigga? You ever heard of getting set up, nigga?
Jimmy Henchman,
You
go,
ever heard of
yeah,
Stretch?
nigga,
You ever heard of his old
go,
homie Stretch? Why he
go,
not cool with
yeah,
Stretch no more? The niggas
go,
set
yeah,
him up, nigga. Go
exactly,
look it up, bro.
go look up Haitian Jack, Jimmy Henchman,
Now you
go
sound
look,
ignorant. No, nigga,
go,
I'm just saying what's real, G. That's what I'm saying.
right,
Let's be real for a minute. Fuck
yeah,
all this. You sound ignorant or you sound no, nigga. I'm finna give you the facts. I'm giving you everything factual. All you gotta do is look it up. How I sound
right,
ignorant. I ain't say nothing ignorant to you. I'm responding what you saying because you trying to be funny and you trying to be cool, and you don't even and you talking about you 40 something. You older than me and Zach. You 40 something talking like that, and you younger than both of us, and we sound way more mature than you. And it's
ain't
cool,
nobody
bro.
play,
And
bro,
it's cool.
yeah,
You can state your opinion. It's not an issue.
right,
I
it's not,
appreciate you stating your opinion. So
yeah, he
ain't
have his, he
nobody
have his
mad,
opinion,
bro. I'm just
yeah,
responding to you. So you can
he have his
continue
opinion,
to say your own
right,
opinion. It's no
right,
issue over here. It's all love.
there's all, yeah, he can state his opinion, yeah, you gotta go, because if he go and do the research, he wouldn't keep thinking Pac is overrated. That dude was a special kind of individual, and the good definitely outweighed the bad. I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna pass it back to you. When Marla told the story on Art of Dialogue about when she had a friend of hers at his house in Calabasas, and she was selling her body, trying to make money, and she was trying to seduce Pac, and Pac took her in the back of his house. He told her, you worth way more than only looking at yourself as valuable because of your body or trying to seduce men. You worth way more than that. You're more valuable than that. And she started crying because she never heard a man talk to her like that, like really trying to empower her. So it's stories like that that tell you at the core what type of person Pac really was. So, but I'm gonna pass it back to you.
Yeah, and then like speaking of Tupac was gonna get deeper than the movies and his relationship with Kadada. Um, we all know her father is Quincy Jones, which
Right.
him, and I don't know a lot of people know this, but him and Quincy Jones had a deal. But unfortunately, he passed away and it never got big. But
Yeah,
following his release from prison in '95, Tupac was in the process of negotiating a major business, music, and film partnership with Quincy Jones, which that was his fiance, Kadada Jones' father, aiming after signing with Death Row and all that. At the time, the deal was planned for a potential 80 million, designed to move
exactly,
Tupac into a more mainstream multimedia and executive role.
exactly,
So
exactly.
the fact that, well, the things that he did, just imagine that man was still here. He would have been up there.
Yeah,
You hear me? He would have
yeah,
beat
yeah,
when I.
exactly.
That's why I brought Denzel Washington up Samuel Jackson, because Tupac was one
Yeah,
of those. He was gonna be big, and a lot of
he
people keep
was.
bringing up how he was gonna be bigger than Will Smith and Denzel and them, because y'all thinking about now with all what Will Smith and Denzel did now. It's 2026, so of course y'all don't see that, but I have the mindset and just look at when Tupac started, when Denzel started, when Samuel started, when Will Smith started, when Jamie Foxx started, when Ice Cube started, when LL Cool J started, when Queen
Yeah,
Latifah started. All them artists that started in them '90s, and if Tupac
yeah,
was still here, he would have surpassed all of them.
he
And
would
like I
have.
said,
For sure.
he had the out of all them, he did work with Samuel Jackson on Juice, but he was
He
gonna go
did.
crazy. He had so much um and playing and in tune, and unfortunately he lost his life, but that man was gonna go
Exactly.
crazy.
He was. Shout out to Black Dracula, the Dark Tales. He said Tupac was great. Every day we play pop. Salute to you, bro. Yeah, you already know. Salute to you. Yeah, I was just about to bring that up. He had the $800 million multimedia deal at Warner Brothers. That's right. So it was the future was right there for him. All Pac had to do was walk into it. And if the BS didn't happen, then he would have walked right into it. Um,
No, facts.
um,
And then
yeah, bro.
the only reason I'm bringing up Will Smith and Jamie Foxx, bro, because you got to think about it. What's your name? I've been called worse by better people. I'm bringing that up because if you look at Will, just look at his acting. I don't care about the gay shit, the rapping. Just the acting part. Will Smith
Yeah,
went hard on the acting. He went. So was
he
Jamie
did.
Foxx. So I'm the reason I'm
Yeah,
bringing that up, because
right,
it's a good example, because they all started the same time. Jamie
right.
Foxx and Tupac, they debuted in Living Color. They would have did more, but unfortunately Tupac died. Same with Will Smith. We all know Tupac had a relationship with Jada Pinkett, not a sexual relationship, but a friend
Nah,
relationship, and he
friendship.
knew
Yeah,
Will Smith. It's an interview floating around when Tupac brought up Will Smith, saying that they was gonna do some, not doing a movie, but like doing something for the community, bringing all the biggest stars together, and he brought up Will Smith. So the reason
yeah,
I'm bringing up these people, because they all came up in that same, they all know each other and been around each other. So that's
yeah,
my example why I'm bringing Will Smith and Jamie Foxx and so on.
yeah. He said if Pac wasn't a big draw, why hasn't he made a second hologram appearance? What
Bro,
does that have to
what
do with
kind of
anything?
question is that? A
That don't
hologram
got nothing to
appearance?
do with anything.
That don't got nothing
That
to do
don't.
with it. But what I
You
can
don't.
say is,
You don't.
um,
You
what I
don't.
can say about that, it don't mean nothing. I mean, the hologram that was cold. Have you ever been to his museum they had that was temporary? If you have, I wanna hear what you think of it. If not, that museum was way bigger than that hologram. His Have you been to
It
his
was
restaurant that they only had for a couple of weeks? His
right.
restaurant was bigger than that hologram.
Exactly. When they did the Sirius XM, that's type of stuff is what is for his legacy. The hologram was something just to do. That don't even matter.
The hologram was decent, but it's not. I mean, what we talking about? When that happened in 2012, 2013? Okay, that was cool
Right.
and all, but what does that have to do about if Tupac was still here? If he would have
Yeah.
still lived, he would have did so much. Like, I'm not understanding what's the hologram. Gotta like, what are you trying to say? The hologram? Because
And yeah, and really, Park would not have even been cool with doing the. Well, let me ask you: you think Park would have squashed it with Dre or not? You think he would have squashed his beef with Dre or no?
you asking me, or you talking to
Yeah,
what's name?
I'm asking you. I don't know if he would have, but I
Um,
want to ask you. I want to see what you think.
what I will say, him and Dre was another. It wasn't no bloodshed, and Dre ain't want no smoke. If you pay attention, he never said nothing back. So
No.
it's I couldn't even say what they would got back cool because there really wasn't no smoke. Tupac is the type
Right.
of person, he's gonna
Right.
confront you. If you did
Right.
wrong, you did wrong. And all Tupac
Right.
was saying, I'm tired of lying and saying Dr. Dre produced everything and he didn't. We
Exactly.
got we got
Exactly.
niggas like Daz, we got niggas like DJ Quick, but Dr. Dre's
Yeah.
getting the credit. And I'm tired of this shit. This nigga take 5 years to do a motherfucking album or a song.
That's a.
And I ain't
That was
finna
a.
lie
Yeah.
about that shit. So
Yeah.
that's all Tupac was on. And then
Exactly.
for all the gay rumors and shit, he got that from Michelle, because Michelle, who Dre was with at the time, she said she
Yeah.
called the crib and the dude picked up the phone and she
Yeah.
told Pac and Suge about that. So Tupac addressed that in songs, but other than that, it wasn't no real smoke behind that. So to answer your question, you said if they would have got back cool, it wasn't really nothing big to get back cool on. So
Right.
maybe they would have did some more songs and stuff like that. Like as far as Dre coming to Death Row, hell no. But I'm talking about as Dre was with Aftermath and Tupac did a song or also productions for Tupac. Yeah, I think they would have worked together as far as that because it wasn't no bloodshed. It wasn't
No.
nothing serious.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Reason why I asked is because like I don't even think Pac would have been cool with that hologram being used with him and Dre doing why I asked. So that
Oh, I see what you're
hologram.
saying. But then
Yeah.
if we gonna speak that, he wouldn't been cool with the Outlaws doing that movie.
No, he wouldn't have been. I agree.
He wouldn't been cool
I
with a
agree.
lot of things. He wouldn't even be
I
cool. They let Allen Hughes do that about that because the only reason it's a hologram because they showing respect to Tupac. They showing something because he's no longer here. If he was here, it won't the movie. And the
Yeah.
his outlaws, some of the members, not all of them, they still did. Now he
Right.
wouldn't be happy about that.
I agree. He
He'd
wouldn't
be
have been.
disappointed about that. He'd be
Especially.
disappointed that
Yeah.
Allen,
Right.
no, he would have had a
Exactly.
problem with that.
Yeah, he would have. I agree. Especially like the way they did it was so shisty with suing Afeni and turn her up in court. You know, Pac wouldn't have been cool with that at all. He loved his mom too much for anybody to just do anything. He wouldn't have had something to say or something to do about it. So yeah, he definitely wouldn't have been cool with that movie. He what's the name? He said if he was GOAT, people would see him. I would see it. I don't know what that means. I don't know what he mean by that. But
Niggas just be on here just capping, bro.
talking,
Niggas be on
talking.
here. He said,
That last comment. I don't know what he mean. It don't even make sense. If he was GOAT, people would see him. I would see his legacy. You don't see all the people tried to be like Tupac that can't be him. What you talking about? You don't see unless you blind. You blind or
you
something,
got
bro.
you got niggas like Whack 100 get on these interviews to this day, and I don't even think he even met Tupac, and he be
No, he
talking
didn't.
about Tupac every day. So what that
Yeah,
tell you? If
he
a nigga
do.
ain't talking about you,
Exactly.
if a nigga ain't hating on you, then you ain't doing nothing right. That tell you
No,
Tupac
right.
was working. Cause if ain't nobody
He
hating on you, then you
was.
really ain't on nothing. So the fact that this
That,
man been gone for 30 years and you got niggas coming up with rumors and fake ass, oh,
yep.
Tupac was this, Tupac was that, knock it off, man. And
It's not true.
the
Not
hologram,
true.
they did the hologram because he what is a goat. Why you think they did the hologram, bro? They brought the hologram out because they missed Tupac. They wanted to do
Exactly.
something for the viewers, for his fans, and that shit was
Yeah.
big. It was so
Right. It
big.
was
I
big.
think another artist did. I can't remember the name, but when Tupac was the first to have a hologram, I think another rapper did a hologram. I can't think of the name.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's right.
And you
It
saying I'm
was
glazing
being.
a dead man, nigga? I'm
Ain't
glazing
nobody.
a real nigga. When you wrong, you
Yeah,
wrong. When you right, you right. I don't give a fuck who you with, because at
exactly.
the end of the day, we all human beings. So I don't look at Tupac as a guy. I don't honor him, nigga. I'm just speaking facts because he's not here to
Exactly.
defend himself. I'm
Right.
speaking factuals. When you right, you right. When you wrong, you wrong. I don't care who you is. It's not about,
Period.
oh,
Period.
he's Tupac or he big, so I'm gonna defend him. No, nigga, I'm just talking because It's he did so much powerful things. He did so much good things, and a lot of people are trying to mess up his legacy. So this channel, this what this channel is about. We
Right.
defend the lies, we expose the fakes, and we put out the real. That's it, and that's all. Nothing more, nothing less. And if you don't understand, it ain't for you to understand, bro. It's nothing I can't tell you if you don't understand.
He's bro said, how did he change anything? All right, bro. If you that
Okay, if you
clueless, go
if
go
you
do the
didn't
research,
hear
bro.
if you
Do
didn't
the
hear
research, bro.
right, if you didn't
Yeah,
hear
go ahead.
what I
Go ahead.
said in the beginning when I say how he changed the world, I can go back for I've been called worse by the people. So the reason he changed the world, he did a lot for a lot of people. And like I said, we all on this internet. Tupac ain't had YouTube, Instagram, Snapchat when he was alive. He didn't have that. So basically, with the tools that we have, it helped us to get our voice out. Tupac, he was
Right.
a man. He went out there. He got off his ass and got out there. That's how we heard his voice. We didn't hear his voice from
Right.
Instagram, from YouTube, from no
Nah.
type of social media. That nigga got up his ass and start talking out his voice and start doing stuff for the community. He would have had figure out social media to get his point out, to spark the generational brains that's lost. We
Exactly.
got black on black killing each other. It's a lot of
Right.
shit going on. He said
Right.
in himself, he's not going to change the world, but can spark someone's brain of his knowledge. He probably would have had
Exactly.
his own platform, which I said earlier, for the people to join him that was lost, that didn't know what to do with their life. This is for the people
Right.
that gives up, that kills themselves, suicidal, especially police brutality, which Tupac, he experienced that. And it got way worse after he died. It was to the point we started seeing police brutality killings on the internet. So what I'm
Right.
saying is, if Tupac was still here, he would have helped stop that. So I know he would have been using his voice and ideas to fight against police brutality.
Yeah.
Tupac emphasized the need for artists that didn't know what to do with their music, how they own their masters. He had an idea to own their work and for black
Right.
people to own their businesses to avoid
Right.
being controlled by or indebted to the corporate system, which I said there earlier. And so this is for the people in the back that didn't hear me or don't understand. He was for giving back to the community. He would have been the first to have um, a community, the first rapper. He would have had a youth team, which I said earlier, for the boys and girls that didn't have structure at home, that didn't have a father figure or didn't have food to eat or didn't have nothing. He would have had that. So how would I know that? Because he talked about that in his interviews before the industry started doing, before Snoop Dogg had his football team. Pac
Yep.
already had ideas about that. Pac would have had his own book, How to Live Your Life the Righteous Way, restaurant, and use their EBT. Tupac, definitely, I could see him doing something like that. Only a month, it was only temporary. So a lot of people heard of it, but a lot of people didn't hear about it. And I'm kind of upset because his estates didn't have it out for people to visit Tupac's idea cafeteria, but that was also temporary as well. But ain't no way Pac restaurant museum should haven't been permanent. Pac will have had a whole bunch of things. So that's just a little bit to show you that Tupac was an icon. And so
He did. Yeah.
if that ain't legendary, I don't know what to tell you, bro.
Exactly. Bro, even when Pac was like a kid, like Even Jamala talked about it, even when he was younger, and his uncle Thomas Cox about the the compassion he had and the desire that even him as a child at that age to um, do do better for the community, change our community. He had that desire at an early age, and he was already doing this. He had certain things he did that exemplified that. Like when he first moved to Baltimore, and he was like 14, and it was a kid he knew that was a friend of his that got killed in Baltimore. And you got to keep in mind,
Hey,
Pac was
y'all
poor.
like this video too, man. Y'all like this video. Go ahead,
Yeah,
Zach.
yeah,
I
yeah.
ain't mean to cut you
Yeah,
off.
exactly. Now you good. Yeah, like y'all like this video. When we get done, comment, subscribe, like it. Help this go up, man. We trying to get y'all the content about Tupac and Insight. You want to hear it? You come to us. But yeah, when he was 14, he was poor himself. You ever look at where he grew up in Baltimore? That was one of the worst areas to grow up in Baltimore. And he did a fundraiser for this kid so that his mom could pay for his funeral at 14 years old. While he was poor himself, he probably did a lot of things he didn't talk about because it wasn't about getting praised for it, but he had a big heart. So that's how he changed. He changed people and he influenced people. He had an impact on people, whether it was known to the world or not. People have to do their research and look for it because you can see it. There's people that have come out with stories and talked about how after Pac died, how he changed their life. Even Storm has talked about it. She didn't. She even though she ain't done an interview, but when you look at the post she make on IG and how loyal she is to Pac to this day, and you see what she talk about, you know Pac with her, Tupac had a major impact on her. That's why she never was the same. You didn't see her as much because that's how much impact he had. It affected everybody around him, and it changed, like especially his family and friends. Their lives was forever changed, and not for the better. Like Jamala talked about, and even on Glow, like Pac was the one for our family. He was the shining light. He was showing us that a better life could be had because they all came from being poor and coming from the gutter, coming from the bottom. Because like you said, he got, and this before social media, you had to go out there and network and connect with people. Like Money be talked about. Pac got out there and
You got to
connected.
get up out the period. He wasn't sitting on
Yeah,
his ass. You
he
had to get
no,
up and get
no,
out. And
no.
this was in the
You
'90s.
had
This when
to.
everything
Exactly.
was active. You had to be very active. We ain't
Had
wasn't
to.
no internet. Like niggas could just say
Exactly.
anything on this internet and just thinking that hell no. Tupac wasn't that.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. He got out there and made and was a hustle for his family, and he worked very hard to get where he was at. He made that happen. Nobody else. So when he that forever affected his family. All his family would have been in Calabasas, like Jamala talked about. So
Hold on, bro.
I mean,
You can't be
go ahead.
40. You can't be 40 some years old, bro. I've been called worse by better. NLE Chopper made Tupac look hella zesty.
How is
Bro,
that, bro? What are you talking
and
about?
NLE Chopper, bro, is a goofy G. Next question. Like, why you even nigga, you 40 something. How you even know about NLE Chopper? Like, that's what I'm saying, bro. You can't be 40. You talking about some NLE Chopper, G. Next, go ahead, Zach.
Nah, you good? Yeah, Anthony Chopper, bro. That's another person. You talking about? You just brought up Anthony Chopper, but you had said before, how did he influence a change? Anthony Chopper has been trying to be like Tupac. So there go your answer. But that he ain't got nothing to do with this conversation. So yeah, you can go look it up. The last couple comments he done said, I don't deny his talent. He said, I agree with you. Tupac would have been amazing had he lived. And I remember the days before internet. One of my happiest days was seeing Tech Nine on game related soundtrack. It's all over YouTube. Okay, yeah. But yeah, bro. It's
And
all
then we
there.
didn't even, and then like all that
Undeniable. It's
that we
undeniable.
intake in, man, the man
Yeah.
was so powerful. And that's not even everything. That's just half. We ain't even talk about the man music. The nigga was
Right.
who you know that's
Made.
A1
Yeah.
in
Made.
music, A1 in acting,
Exactly.
and A1 as a real person. It's a lot of
Exactly.
niggas out here that talk this real shit but fake in real life. Tupac wasn't
Exactly.
that. The nigga was real in real life. The nigga was good in music and good in acting. He was one of one.
And
He was very
exactly.
rare. That's why we talking
Exactly.
about this man to this day. It been
To this.
30 years later. You
Exactly.
got ops talking about him. You got his family still talking about him. You got niggas
Yep.
he used to
His
work
friend.
with, niggas he did
Yep.
music with. They come out every
Yep.
day on the Art of Dialogue, Vlad TV, etc.
Yep.
Every
Yep.
day, you got Bon First, you got Reggie Wright, you got Delray Richardson, you got
Del
so
Rey.
many
All that.
people
Yeah.
talking about Tupac because that man was a legend. You got no matter the age limit, the nigga touched millions. The nigga did
All types of people. Yeah.
facts.
Yeah.
The nigga
Yeah. Yeah.
was one of them. G, he was
Yeah.
really that.
He
And
was.
everything he rapped about, he was that. But like these rappers right now, they not bumming like that. It's
Nah.
all a
Still not.
facade.
Yeah.
It's nothing like
Yeah.
this. And then speaking of the
Yeah.
title, if Tupac were to live today, a lot of these rappers, NLE Chopper that you brought up, these niggas wouldn't even be rapping right now. These niggas
Nah. It wouldn't. Nah.
wouldn't be thought of. G. So that's what I'm trying to
Nah.
let the
They wouldn't
viewers
be.
know. That's how powerful and strong Tupac was, man. That nigga was him,
For real.
and we're gonna keep exposing the fake. Like I said earlier,
Yeah.
man, it's just
For
gonna
real.
go up from there.
Exactly. And don't forget, he was A1 in poetry too. He
Facts.
write poetry, screenplays. Like he could do anything he wanted, and he was doing it. So, and we gonna keep talking about him because he made his impact in a way
And since we
unlike
talking about artists, I said this in the beginning
any other.
for the viewers that didn't hear me. If Tupac was to live and his record label got big, I named artists. I said definitely would have signed with Tupac. I could see Nipsey signing with him for sure. Um,
Yeah.
I could see 50 Cent. I could see Eminem, Ja Rule, Jeezy, Lil Boosie, Young Dolph, his homie Spice One, his other homie Richie Rich, Kendrick
Yeah.
Lamar, YG, them all artists that look up to Tupac, that talks about Tupac and their music. Lil Boosie,
Right.
he named himself Boo Pop. These niggas,
Exactly.
Jeezy, favorite rapper, he said in hella interviews, he looked up to
Tupac.
Tupac. Like
Yep.
Ja Rule, all these niggas, 50 Cent, Eminem, all these niggas
Nipsey.
I named, they looked up
Yep.
to Tupac. So if Tupac was here today, I think he would have had all them artists plus more. And
Yeah.
it
Even
just would
yeah.
have
Even
been,
Ti. Yeah. Even Ti. Ti's favorite rapper was Pop.
yeah,
Yeah. A lot of people. Yeah. Go ahead.
he would have had so many people
No, he would have.
signed to him.
He said Eminem, 50, Busta Rhymes, DMX, shit on Ja Rule on a Pac beat. Oh yeah, I know what song you talking about. Yeah, they rapped over the Hail Mary beat. And
Oh
even
yeah,
on that,
yeah, yeah.
fifty,
But
fifty,
DMX
50,
wasn't on that song though, bro. It was
no, he
just
wasn't.
Eminem
Yeah.
50
Oh yeah.
and
Right.
Eminem. Yeah, it was Eminem 50 and Busta. It wasn't DMX on that.
Yeah. He said Tupac would have hated his guts. Well, I brought
Hey, the
that up when we
Ja
talked.
Rule? Who you
I
talking
think
about?
yeah, he said I've been called worse by other people said they said Tupac would have hated his guts. I think he talking about Ja Rule, but he didn't. I think, but yeah, 50, 50. You know, like on that song, he pretty much rapped the
Nah, he
first
wasn't
verse.
that. He said they said Tupac would have hated his guts. I don't think Tupac would have hated Ja Rule because the fact
Nah, he
that
wouldn't have. He wouldn't have.
Irv Gotti, rest in peace to Irv Gotti, he was in tune with
Right.
Tupac and he really
Ex-
fucked it with
Exactly.
Tupac. And it's a
He did.
picture with Irv Gotti, Suge Knight. They was in tune. So Suge Knight,
Yeah.
Irv
Right.
Gotti, and Ja Rule, they was already in tune. So the
With
fact
Pac.
that if
Yeah.
Tupac was still alive, he definitely would have been cool with Ja. He would have been cool
Yeah.
with Ja before 50 Cent and them, to be honest with you, because
Yeah.
Irv Gotti and them
Yeah.
was already linked
Yeah.
with Suge and them. If you go do your
Right. Right.
research,
Right.
like
Exactly.
96,
Cause
97, they was
yeah.
already fucking with each other. So for you to say
Exactly.
you can't be listening to what everybody be saying he would have hated Ja Rule. And just
Nah.
because I fucks with 50, but sometimes 50 he be trolling and sometimes he be doing some
He
corny
do.
shit. Ja
He
Rule
do.
would have been cool. Well, Tupac definitely would have been cool with Ja Rule and they would have did some shit.
Yeah, for sure. It definitely would have been cool. He's always showed Pac love. Same with Irv. And even on that diss song when they rapped over the Hail Mary beat, then they rapped on the Against All Odds. Well, 50 rapped on the Against All Odds, and he spit his verse. He basically like bit the first verse. Pac rapped on Against All Odds. He just changed a couple of words. So what that tell y'all right there? 50 wanted to beat Tupac. He said, "I'm in the club. I want them to let me like that love Pac because the type of love he has is different." So I mean, yeah. But
He
I got
said, bro,
yeah.
do your research.
Go
Can we play that song real quick? What song you talking about, bro?
What song you talking about? Like,
And a lot of songs I can't play because it's gonna be
copyright infringement.
copyrighted.
Yeah. 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 I gotta let you know though, bro. My battery is real low. It's like at 1% right now. So
All right, we can end this, bro. It was a good
uh,
convo. And
yeah, yeah. Was there anything you want to talk? Anything else you want to talk about? I don't want you cut. Feel like you cut short, but
no, I feel like
uh,
we did pretty decent. It's been an hour.
okay,
We stayed on the
okay,
subject. And
right, right, right.
we gonna get y'all some good shit, man. Y'all just stay in tune. We got a
Facts.
lot of shit for
Same
y'all, man.
tone. Yeah, got more good content about Pac and anything else, lifestyle. Y'all just tune in, yeah. So we gonna end it right here and shout out to EJ for giving me a platform to collaborate with him on this. And y'all like, comment, subscribe, and give y'all thoughts on everything we talked about, even if you disagree. It ain't. It's all good, but
Yeah,
but that's it.
y'all let us know what y'all think of the video. If Tupac was still
Facts.
here, what would y'all think he would have changed? Leave it in the comments, man. We gonna end it right there.
Exactly. Facts. I've been called worse what other people say. You guys be well, and I respect your stance.
Love,
All
bro,
right.
man. Just stay
Yeah,
in
love,
tune, man.
respect,
We
bro.
got a lot for y'all, man. Just stay in tune.
Yeah, we got more coming, so y'all look out for it. Definitely. Yeah.
All right, man. Love.
Bro. Good looking.